Hi friends, you've got us in the middle of our little mini-series on the meaning of the Jewish Passover and the Christian communion that all come together in Yeshua's Last Supper. We're getting aligned up with Yeshua's Last Supper, which was itself a Passover meal. So we're talking about Passover, past, present, and future. We were talking about that in the Passover you have several symbolic elements. Some are in the Bible, some aren't in the Bible. Here's an example when it's not. You have an egg. Why is there an egg on it? Well, I don't know, it's kind of nice to have the egg in a meal. You can dip the egg in the salt water and eat a little bit of it, which reminds us of going through the Red Sea, or maybe say it's reminding us of the burnt offering because it's a roasted egg. But I can't find it anywhere in scriptures. Do you think that's a pagan element that it might have come into the Jewish Passover Seder? Well, maybe. But do you think there's any eggs that might have come into a pagan celebration of Christian Easter? Maybe they have eggs too. So it seems like that both Jewish tradition and Christian tradition are not impervious to having some pagan elements come into it. So let's always remember when you look at spiritual, religious symbols and so on, stop and ask yourself, why is it there? What's the meaning of it? We don't worship the symbols, but we want to understand what is God trying to do with our heart. And if it doesn't have any meaning, then you don't have to be that concerned about it. Another thing that we see here at the Passover meal is something which we call karpas, which is a greenery, which represents springtime. Now, all this isn't so much specifically stated in the Bible, although you do take ezov, hyssop, and you put the blood on both of the door jambs and the lintel, which obviously makes a sign of the blood similar to the crucifixion of Yeshua. But I want us to think about this for a moment. Here's this image of springtime coming in. You know, I was talking with a dear friend recently, amazing, a beautiful, actually it was a woman of God, one of the best, finest women of God that I know, and we were talking about that Yeshua's resurrection was part of Passover week, and it was actually part of the Passover celebration, that it was part on time, on purpose, that God did it as springtime, right when the buds are coming out, and that Yeshua was not only crucifixion was part of the Passover, but so was his resurrection was part of the Passover. And she said, I never thought about it. Did you never think about that? Let's just do that one thing right now. Remember this little piece of greenery, and remember that Yeshua was not only crucified as the Passover lamb on Passover, he was also raised from the dead in Passover week. It all fits together. Passover, faith in the Messiah, death, and the hope of death and resurrection, atonement and eternal life. Don't miss the real meaning of it.